crazy.
It ain't nothing else to do but party. Life is too short, you get body. Killers do killings for hobbies. I want a bad singer bitch to ride by me like Whitney did Bobby. But the future, I'll take a chance. I'll settle for actions like Holly.
What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. We're going to be doing my first of the 5 end-of-year lists that I'm going to be doing. And if you guys have watched my channel, you know that I don't do too many lists. I'll do any best fragrance lists or, you know, best fragrances to go to a baseball game or best fragrances to do that. I don't do that mainly for the reason that I've only really been doing this for a year, and I don't really feel like I know what those best fragrances are yet. And I don't want to do something where I don't feel really comfortable advising my audience to pick things up or make declarative statements like these are the best. Now, that's not to say that other people that do that are doing something wrong, or I don't consider that. I love the best of videos. They're my favorite videos to watch from lots of reviewers. Something I don't really feel comfortable doing. When I do something, and when I do this, it's something I really need to feel like I have a masterful knowledge of, or it's just not something I want to do. You know, otherwise I just feel like I could be misleading people or making people spend money on something that I don't really know about. So I don't really do it. The only reason I'm doing these is because these are fragrances I own and that I've had spent a lot of time with, and we're doing 5 lists. We're doing best fragrances I got samples of this year but didn't buy a full bottle yet, so samples I really love. I'm going to be doing my 10 worst purchases. Obviously, when you do a lot of blind buys, there are some mistakes in there. And then I'm going to be doing my top 10 niche fragrances that I purchased and my top 10 designer fragrances that I purchased in 2013. And this one today is going to be the 10 best value fragrances. So when I say value fragrances, what I mean by that is I don't necessarily mean the cheapies, the under $20 fragrances. Some of them on this list are pretty cheap. What I mean is they're worth more than they cost. And not only are they worth more than they cost, not just one that I got a good deal on, ones that you guys could go and get a good deal on. And there's some niches in here. For the niches, I wanted to really keep them under $100, or I think the two that I'm featuring are way under that, actually, well under $100. And for the designers, at about that $50 level. So that's what I want to do here. We're going to do the top, and again, all these best of lists are fragrances that I own, that I have in my collection, and I feel comfortable saying are the best in whatever field we're talking about. So before I get into the top 10, I am going to do 2 honorable mentions, and I'm going to explain to you why they're only honorable mentions. The first one is a recent pickup of mine. This is Roberto Cavalli Oud Edition for her. The reason why this is an honorable mention is because I only picked it up recently. It is a recent acquisition. It's not available in the United States as far as I know. And even though I got it for 50 bucks, it retails in Europe in London for $160. So it's not a great value to everyone else. It is to me, though. And I'm going to be doing a full review on this. This is Oud dressed up to go out fragrance. It basically has leather. It's got some florals in it. It's got, I feel like, a plum note, even though it's not listed. It's just a really, really nice, perfumey, expensive smelling oud. And I think it doesn't get any of the shine that it does. I've hardly heard of it mentioned, and that's why it is an honorable mention. I only got it for $50, so I can't put it in that list because it does retail for $160. The other one that's an honorable mention, and I'll tell you guys the truth, if I had more time to do this list and I wasn't doing this list now, this could be easily in the top 5. This is another recent acquisition of mine. This is Bond No. 9's I Love New York for All. And you can still get this on FragranceNet. A 50 ml is $80. So I feel like that's a tremendous value. This is my favorite Bond No. 9 fragrance that I own. That's not saying much because I only own 3. But I have samples of quite a few. And this is so far my favorite. This, I think, puts New Harlem to sleep. It's got Java in it. It's got chestnut a note in it. It's got chocolate. A lot of people say it smells like Cocoa Puffs. Everyone that I've let smell this has said it's really, really good. I totally agree. As of right now, it's easily one of my top gourmand fragrances, and at under $80, at $80, I think it is just a tremendous value, but I haven't had enough time with it yet. This retails for $105. It's a 4, but you can get it on FragranceNet for $80, and I highly recommend you doing so. Now, the top 10, let's get right into the top 10 values I felt like I got this year. Number 10 is Alvarez Gomez's Aqua Colonia. I did a review on this. Al of Street Sense liked it so much, he did a video where he shouted me and a few other new reviewers out, and he told them to watch this video. Min sells this fragrance. My buddy Ryan, Creed Frags, I told him to pick this up. He loves it. He just told me he was wearing it to the gym the other day. It opens with a lemon, orange, geranium, and clove blast that is explosive. And to me, it smells better. It smells more expensive than citruses cost at triple the price. Honestly, I mean that. I just think it's a tremendous, tremendous fragrance, and you can find this huge bottle, 150 ml bottle, for about $50 online. So number 10 value this year, Aqua Colonia by Alvarez Gomez. Number 9 is one that Mark recently did a review on, which I thought was just fantastic. This is Midnight in Paris by Van Cleef & Arpels. I feel like it's a more elegant version of Bulgari Black. It's powdery, it's got leather in it, it's got vanilla. It's just beautiful. The bottle might be the nicest under $100 bottle you're ever going to see. And I believe you can get the Eau de Toilette or the Eau de Parfum on FragranceNet for around that $50 price level. This is the Eau de Toilette. I might pick up the Eau de Parfum, I'm not sure. But as you can see, I've used a ton of this, and this is just a fantastic value. And again, under $50. So number 9 value scent of the year, Midnight in Paris by Van Cleef & Arpels. Number 8, one that I reviewed not too far ago. I look at this as the Poor Man's Gucci Pour Homme 1. This is Potion by D Squared. I did do a full review on this. If you like Pour Homme 1 by Gucci, you need to check Potion out. It's a beautiful cinnamon, vanilla-y, woody fragrance. It kind of smells like Mexican horchata to me. It feels like there's a bit of nutmeg in there. And again, I paid, I think, $30 for this 100 ml delivered. That's not the normal price. This is a little bit hard to find in the States, but you still should be able to pick this up on eBay for under $50 for 100 ml. It is a fantastic cold weather fragrance, and there was no hesitation of me putting this in my top 10 values for 2013. Number 7 is another recent acquisition of mine, and one I just had to put in there. This is Prada Amber Pour Homme Intense, and this was $35 on Amazon. It smells way, way more expensive than that. There's a beautiful myrrh note in there. There's citrus, there's vanilla. It's just really, really high quality. It smells so much more expensive than $35. It really is a top value. Easily could have been number 1. Prada's Amber Pour Homme Intense. So really, really good fragrance there. Let me see. So this is number 7. Number 7. Wait, what is it, number 7? No. This is number 6. Number 6 is one I reviewed very early when I was reviewing, and again, it has earned its place. It is Encre Noir. If you were to go to Lalique's website or go to Aids de Venustus in the West Village, this would fetch $110 a bottle, and I think it's deserving of that price point. There's nothing else like this in my opinion. Sycamore comes close, but this is a little different than Sycamore. This is forest floor vetiver, very earthy and very dirty and soily. If you like that sort of thing, you should check this out. I think everyone should own this just to have a real earthy vetiver in their collection. And again, this is something you can pick up on Amazon for about $40. The bottle is beautiful, the box is beautiful. All around, it is a tremendous value by Lalique. Okay, now we are at number 5. Number 5 is an East scent, and I got this for a better price than you can get it for, but it is still a value at where it is priced. This is Amber Rousse by Parfum de Empire. I got this for $60 on eBay. It was sprayed once. It is $75 normally for the 50 ml. The 100 ml only runs you $110. I think it's the best amber scent out there in my opinion. It's a daring scent because a lot of people find it hard to take, and it can be aggressive, and it really can. If you spray too much of this, you're going to clear a room. So you need to be really, really careful because it's boozy, it's spicy, and it's just a real hardcore amber. It was inspired by the opulence, indulgences of Russian czars. So you can imagine what it smells like. But it's just, when you can get the probably what I think to be the best amber out there for under $100, it's a big score, and it's easily worth its weight in gold, and I highly recommend you pick this one up at number 5. Amber Rousse by Parfum de Empire. Number 4 is a scent that I received sort of as a gift from my friend Adriana at Decant Shop. Wanted me to do a video on the entire 24 line by Scent Story. And one of the fragrances in that, of course, that line is 24 karat gold. This can be had, again, hard to get in the US, but it can be had for about $50, sometimes less for a 50 ml. And this is absolutely fantastic. It smells like a niche scent. It's gourmandy. There's oud in there. There's a beautiful vanilla note. To me, it smells like a cherry Danish or something like that. It's just incredible. It projects well. You get good sillage off of it. And it also lasts for a long time. It is a fantastic value. One I would probably pay double for to have in my collection. So number 4 is going to be 24 karat gold by Scent Story. Number 3, I have a broken bottle because my housekeeper dropped it. But this is L'Instant de Guerlain, Pour Homme by Guerlain. And the extreme version is really good. Nothing wrong with it. Want to own it sometime. I think this one's a little bit better, though, because this one's a little bit more versatile. There's citrus at the top. There's anise. There's patchouli. There's cocoa. It's just really, really stunning. It smells really expensive. It's signature scent-worthy. Guerlain did everything right with this. They really, really did. They made a perfect, almost flawless scent. And this is something that can be had for about $50 on Amazon. You can get a 75 ml of this. It has a beautiful bottle when it's not broken. And it's just a great, great fragrance to have in your collection. I think it's a tremendous value. I only thought that 2 fragrances were better values for me this year. So number 2, a lot of guys like this. If you like sartorial and you like those fougères that are office safe, you got to get yourself Rive Gauche. I would get it now. Well, it's still in. You can still get it in the vintage aluminum container. They're now in the updated bottles Yves Saint Laurent puts out. This is just unbelievably beautiful. It's one of the fragrances I fell in love with when I first started doing this. It's got anise in there. It's got citrus. It just smells like a barbershop clean. This is a barbershop in the 50s, and it smells really professional. It's something you can wear to work with confidence, and you never wear this and feel like you're out of place. It's one of those fragrances. It just blends in. It is a masterful, masterful fragrance, and again, you can get this for about $30 on Amazon. So what is number 1? You've seen a lot of good values here. What is the number 1 value fragrance? I think it's going to surprise a lot of people. But this is really how I feel. And this is Bergamoto Merino by Gianfranco Ferre. I need to thank Coach Rob for this. He put me onto it. He really talked this one up. He said it smelled like a niche fragrance. I did not believe him. Even though I believe this is a Maurice Roussel creation, I think, or Pierre Bourdon's one of them. I can't remember right now. I'll put a little annotation in the bottom. But look, I like Neroli Portofino by Tom Ford Private Blend. I just wouldn't pay $220 for it because I think this is better. And this is $30. Now, the problem with this is that this is really hard to find now. I don't think it's in production anymore. It's almost, at this point, almost impossible in America to get a brand new bottle that's not off eBay. I had to get this off eBay as a tester. I think I paid $45 for it. It's 100 ml. It didn't come with a top or a box. But this is, to me, when I think of elegance and I think expensive in the summer, this smells like something like a really, like a dandy who vacationed in Saint-Tropez would wear, like a wealthy man on a yacht in the middle, near the islands in Greece and Spain. He would wear this. He would wear this on his yacht. It's got bergamot in there, and it's got neroli, but it's also got lily of the valley under it, which gives it just a beautiful freshness and clean nature to it. You can't go wrong with this in the summer. This, I was blown away with this, and I think you guys have watched me long enough to know I don't really love citruses. And I don't like citruses that don't do anything else. You know, I like citruses like Udon that have caramel and coffee in them. To be just a citrus with me, you have to do something really well. You have to be great. Neroli Portofino is great, but to me, Neroli Portofino just isn't worth the money when this exists. This gets taken off the shelf for whatever reason, which it seems like it already is. Then I could see possibly owning Portofino, but I think this is a better fragrance. I think it's cleaner. I get more out of it. I had a sample of Neroli Portofino. It didn't last on me for shit. This one lasts. This one smells clean. This one is unisex. You could totally let your girlfriend or wife wear this, and it's tremendous. I can't speak higher of a fragrance like this, and this is the one. If there was 3 I would tell you guys to absolutely buy out of this group, I would say get Bergamotto Merino. I would say get I Love New York for All, which is a gourmand, beautiful fragrance for $80. And the third one I would really recommend you guys all to get just to have would be Midnight in Paris, just because the bottle's elegant and it's a really good date fragrance. It's a fragrance that women will love. There's nothing offensive about it. It's powdery, it's vanilla-y. It's made by Van Cleef & Arpels, which is one of the top luxury companies in the world. And it has a beautiful bottle. It's a collector's piece, honestly. And you cannot beat the price. This is a fragrance that Lucky Scent sells for, I think, $110. And you can pick it up for $40 and have this beautiful bottle sitting in your collection. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this top 10 video. So as I said, this is the first of 5. Next week is going to be the top 10 regrettable purchases that I made in 2013. The week after that will be the top fragrances I got as samples but haven't gotten a bottle yet. Expect to buy all of them in 2014. And then the week after that we'll do the top 10 designers. And then to close out my list of 2013, we will have a top 10 niche fragrances that I purchased in 2013. I think you guys are really going to enjoy all of these. So do know that we will, of course, have another fragrance review this weekend. It's going to be a niche fragrance. I think you guys will really enjoy it. I want to thank all my subscribers for watching, new and old. I am Maximilian.
Riding in my city on haze, eyes on 1,000,001 ways to get paid, and my goose is cooked. Rocking gears that some boosters took. Either mass market or Target, I maneuver the look. From soul food to noble, I'm schooling the cook. Studio, old school or pro tool. Nigga, I'm old dudes. That means no booze. I only get screams. I got an inf beam that lay on the 15 and spray up your click team. Indigenous but frivolous, different whips riding sideways. Now pay attention to the little